Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
You've got the man, Erling Haaland. Number 9.
Yep.
Is he the man to win you the quadruple next year?
Well, I don't think it's a quadruple. I think the quadruple for Liverpool, it's stretched them too far. I think City have always want to take it one competition at a time. I think we're going to have to go further than the FA Cup and the League Cup. And with the amount of money we've got in the squad, that's a given.
Yeah.
We want to be getting to a couple more finals than we got to last season. Obviously got to no finals last season. And then win the Premier League earlier. And then hopefully we can go into the Champions League semi-finals if we're lucky enough to be there and have a fully fit, fresh Haaland, fresh Mahrez, fresh Grealish, hopefully, to take us past the Real Madrid's, Barcelona, well, maybe not Barcelona's, but Bayern Munich and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? When you automatically say it's big teams, Barcelona's going to have to be reduced now.
Yeah.
They're a Europa League level club now.
But they are building something. They are building.
Do you think? What's that then?
They're building
They're
building their return. It's the return of the king.
Mate,
and they've got Xavi at the
liquidation.
helm.
That's what they're building.
Yeah,
Did you hear Oliver Kahn?
No.
When he was talking about a potential Lewandowski deal. He was like, if Lewandowski goes, we want the money now because I can't see Barcelona being a club in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
And that's the is it president or CEO of?
He's up there.
Right, yeah.
Mr. Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I mean, that's the head of one of the biggest clubs in Europe, basically, shunning one of the greatest clubs of all time.
I am confused by the Barca situation because they just keep signing players.
Well, they're still going after Rafinha, and they're also
Kessie,
signing up Ousmane Dembele, which is pretty much an identical
player.
Yeah, in what they offer. So,
it is a confusing one.
Stupid.
I can't lie. Barcelona, if you're whoever's the leader of Barcelona, you are confusing me. Gerard Piqué's had a stinker recently, but we won't talk on that. But I want to go back to Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
I love him already.
Do you? Yeah.
He got dropped off to training on his first day by his dad.
Yeah.
He's scared of pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Has the Man City fans fallen in love with him already? Is he a cult hero?
I think his dad had an important role at City when we first came back into the Premier League and his clashes with the United team and stuff like that. And that's a big connection. I think actually City fans look at Haaland as one of the big Galactico signings that we never made. I mean, you look at Kaká, you look at John Terry that we tried to get in 2009-10. We never got those over the line. And then Aguero came in, he's a legend. But he wasn't a legend at Atletico Madrid. No. He was young. David Silva, Company, Yaya Toure. These are all players ready to grow into their role at City. But Haaland's a Galactico. He could have been at Real Madrid, PSG easily.
Yep.
Bayern Munich. And he's the first player that really might take City onto a whole new era.
He's a perfect signing for Manchester City in every department. Just tick.
He's the man that has to win them the Champions League.
No, but
he's the one that
even in terms of culture, exactly. Even in terms of culture, he's already ingrained into the City sort of history book.
So, ending on Haaland, how many goals did he get first season?
40.
I back it. I so back it. Don't nod your head. Don't you dare nod your head.
No, I'm
don't even start.
I'm nodding my head in
disagreement.
In surprise.
You're
40
crazy.
Is a lot.
He's going to do it. 40 goals plus, and 25 in the Prem.
He could. I don't. Look, if Salah comes from Roma as a winger, and has to cut in and score, and he scores 31 in his first season for Liverpool.
Yeah. Facts.
Why not? If he stays fit, and there's another factor that we're not talking about is that obviously Norway aren't in the World Cup. So this guy's going to be, he's going to have 4 weeks of freshness.
And he's going to be pissed.
November, December.
He's going to be fired up. He's going to be like, this motherfucker, I'm not at the finals. Why? Because Norway aren't that great. But they actually are. They've actually got decent players.
They have got decent players.
They actually have.
It's a sadness not seeing there.
And obviously,
what's your take on Raz and Gabi leaving?
It's sad. I think the sign of an elite manager, a bit like when Ferguson got rid of Beckham in his prime, is Sterling is still good enough to play for Man City. He gave a massive impact in the final day against Aston Villa, so he's still a player that's more than good enough to play for City. He's 27 years old.
Is he? That young still?
Yeah.
Because people forget he started so young, didn't he?
Yeah, 100%. But a sign of a world-class manager for me, whether it's Ferguson, whether it's Paisley back in the day, you get rid of a player that isn't quite aligned with your vision. And he might be 8 out of 10 aligned for City, but he's not 10 out of 10. He's not a disciple of Guardiola. He wants to start every game, Sterling. He probably deserves to, but he's maybe not quite at that level for Guardiola.
Do you think that was the same with Jesus as well?
Yeah, Jesus for me.
But Pep really likes him, doesn't he? Because he's a really hard worker.
He scored 2 on his debut for Arsenal.
He did 90 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
That was conference level German opposition, wasn't it? They're third
we were
division
we were
German.
2-0 down at half time, weren't we?
Were you actually?
Classic Arsenal, yeah.
But that's a different one. You got to let players spread your wings, like
Yeah.
Leroy Sané. Whether Jesus ever gets back to the level that he was at City, I don't know at Arsenal.
Well,
just some numbers on Sterling.
yeah, I was going to say.
225 goal contributions in 337 games.
I mean,
at
that's
City.
pretty goddamn good.
I mean, even his bad seasons, he was getting like what, over 20, 25.
You got 15 goals last season, 6 assists, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, he will always pick up goals. He will always contribute towards
Tapping merchant as
yeah.
well. He's right place at the right time.
Yeah, good finish.
But that's
on his
good.
day.
A good awareness.
Yeah,
45
position,
million plus 10 million add-ons. Bargain for Chelsea,
Of course it is. Of course
especially in
Do you
this day
think
and
he'll
age,
do
right?
well? Do you think he'll do well?
Yeah, Thomas Tuchel, it's about him because he's obviously had a 90 million quid signing come in who's struggled. So there's a lot of pressure. Is Tuchel even there next summer? Who knows? It depends. But if you play him on the right with a 4-3-3, you got Reece James overlapping, Chilwell on the other side, a lot of mobility.
English core as well.
Yeah, they could do well. They could do well with Sterling because he's got so much pace. He'll play 38 games a season next season if they want him to. Yeah. He's so fit, which is quite a rarity in modern football with all these injuries that everyone picks up.
Yeah, I don't remember him ever getting injured really.
No,
he's
the
That's
fittest player I've
why.
ever
That's
seen.
why he always ticks over with the contributions.
Yeah,
his
he's always
durability
there,
is
isn't
great.
he?
He's just there.
Do you think it's a bit weird? Like, is he not, maybe not a legend, but I feel like, is he gone a bit underappreciated at City? Because he's been there a long time. He's won, let me list off what he's won. He's won 4 Premier Leagues, 5 League Cups, a Charity Shield, an FA Cup, 339 appearances, 131 goals, 94 assists. Like, he's done bits at City, and he just replaced like that.
Yeah. It's ruthless from Guardiola. Again, I think he sees someone in Julian Alvarez that he can mould, that he might play a lot on the right. Mahrez is already there. Foden, Grealish on the left. So he just sees it as a ruthless piece of, let's just get him out the door as soon as possible so there's no issue next season in terms of the changing room. I think Raheem Sterling is... It's hard because football fans gravitate towards players for different reasons. I think Richard Dunn's a Man City legend.
Oh, no, back
sounds
it.
ridiculous.
Back it.
Yeah,
Fully
he
back
He
it.
wasn't the best player.
Yeah.
But Raheem Sterling, for me, he's not a City legend. He's contributed towards the club in an unbelievable way.
Is that because of who he came from?
Yeah, he's a Londoner, and it doesn't mean you have to be a Mancunian to be a City legend. But I always felt he was there to sort of just perform at City as opposed to quite a modest guy, quite a quiet guy. He's not a City legend per se. I don't think he might get a statue one day. Who knows? But I think he performed to a very high level. He served the club well. I think that's as far as you can say, really.
If you look at his career as well, what was he? Did he start at QPR?
Yeah, QPR,
QPR,
and then
Liverpool,
16.
City, Chelsea. Obviously, got abused by
The
Chelsea
trifecta
fans
of the
in the
top
past.
three, mate.
England. He
England.
contributed towards
Yeah.
England getting to a World Cup semi-final, a
Oh,
Euros
easily.
final. He was part of both campaigns. He was integral, in my opinion.
Even though he obviously has had a lot of abuse in the past, he seems to be not loved, but people quite like Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, for someone who's played for 3 of like the big clubs in the UK,
Yeah.
that's a pretty
Rarity.
It's a big
Yeah.
rarity, isn't it? Like, and even in for England, like he carried us in the
He's only
Euros.
27.
I think that might be it. I think as a neutral, regardless of who you support, because of the service he's done for the country in terms of like international tournaments, you kind of just overlook all 3 of the teams that he's played for.
Yeah.
Well,
And City aren't unlikable. I know it pains a lot of people to say that, but they're not an unlikable culture. They're not an unlikable
yeah,
team.
they're actually not.
No.
Like,
It's just annoying.
No,
yeah.
it's a nice project. what
If
we've got,
anything,
yeah.
people just go, they're so good.
Yeah, no, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not, oh, look at these annoying, arrogant.
Tossers.
Yeah, basically.
There are people saying that. United
Well,
fans.
United fans,
There
yeah,
are people
of
saying
course.
that. And Liverpool.
So how do you think Sterling will actually do this season then? If he obviously, which it looks like he'll play majority of the games,
Yeah,
doesn't
he
he?
could score 20 goals in all comps easily. 20 goals, 10
Chelsea
assists.
top 4?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're suddenly putting Spurs ahead of them, Arsenal ahead of them, it's embarrassing. For the Arsenal one in particular, I'm seeing Arsenal fans getting all gassed up. Crazy.
Spurs
the
looking
Chelsea
scary,
spine.
though.
Spurs are looking good. I think it's Spurs and Chelsea. I think Spurs could even pit Liverpool to second. That could happen. But
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
On their day.
I agree with that.
Oh,
On their day.
don't, not like this, please.